future home of Super Bowl 56. There's a look at SoFi Stadium just south of downtown Los Angeles.
Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Returning it, Hill. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now the Missouri man, Larry Roundtree. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Partner, is that what you call a quick hitter? That's actually a bolt of lightning, wasn't it? Right out of the gate.
And, of course, on the heels of him winning AFC Offensive Player of the Week 1 week ago.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Herbert has it knocked free.
And it's picked up by the Steelers. 20, 10, 5, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
The return man is Hill. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Roundtree going to get it on the counter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he gets it down to the 32. 69 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. It's a first down and more for Roundtree.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 18.
First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. On the give is Roundtree. Pushes him over. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
Herbert now. Touchdown, Chargers. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
A first carry for Najee Harris.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day.
Are we trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one.
Score time 7-7.
On first down, they'll run with Roundtree.
And some room to roam now. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
Back to Roundtree again on first down. 123 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Roundtree will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Chargers 14, Steelers 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Short little throw to Ebron.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Running left, Coleman. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman. Coleman, the 1st down and a little extra. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. They'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now back to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants at the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Hand off here to Roundtree. 134 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Herbert on first down now. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On second down, here's Roundtree. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Roundtree. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Aaron Roundtree, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. He's at the 40, the 20, and he will score.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone to give him a 2-point lead. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
From his end zone is K.J. Hill. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. So problems there on the return, very costly, not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. They'll throw now on the final play.
Sliding. Touchdown. It's complete. Chase Claypool in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes this a 9-point game.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. From his end zone is K.J. Hill. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. 20. And he'll bring it back all the way.
Again, help me, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Second down, Roundtree again.
Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Back to throw here, Herbert. Steps away to his left.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
Here's Ty Long now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. They go play action here on first down. And he finds his target, Ebron. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Eric Ebron, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
It's Chris Harris with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
From his end zone is K.J. Hill. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Boy, 175 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats.
It gets by him, and now a little daylight. Still going. Touchdown, LA. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the fourth most in a single season. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Harris. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Right side, Claypool's got it.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode Really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on first down. It's Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Now here's another carry for Harris. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chargers 28.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From his end zone is K.J. Hill. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. First play's a run with Roundtree.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Now it's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with Roundtree. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Ball carrier, Cameron Hayward on the tackle.
Another run now for Roundtree. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 on the play.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chargers. Jared Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. He'll look to throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll look to throw here. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. Touchdown!
Juju Smith-Schuster.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers are going to be moving to 10-0 as they add on to this big lead.
And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team. I feel like we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll run for it. It's Roundtree.
A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the 1st. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 1st down, it's Herbert.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
He'll check this down to Roundtree.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. 2nd and 10. Roundtree going to get it on the counter.
And room there to work it inside the 25.